Give me the deep, dark secrets of the funnest place around. And this YA horror thriller will make you never look at amusement parks the same way again. Are you ready?
The Books and Vogue podcast. Come get your favorite next book here. The Books and Vogue podcast with Captain Brad.
Welcome, book lovers, to the Books on Vogue podcast. This is your premier listening experience all about immersive reading and helping avid and reluctant readers alike imagine book characters like never before. I'm your host, Kat Trinidad. The format of the show is I introduce a book, share tips on how you can engage your senses as you read this title, because it's one thing to be a mood reader, but you get a little something extra from the story when you are set the mood reader. And finally, I will end the show with a reimagining of my favorite scene. Today, we will discuss techniques for getting into the getaway with none other than the author, Lamar Giles. Welcome, Lamar.
Thank you for having me, Kat. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Please tell us about the book.
Well, The Getaway is about Jay Butler, a young man who lives and works at a vacation resort called Karloff Country that's mainly for the ultra rich. But if you can get a job there, you're in good shape because this is the near future and the world outside of Karloff Country is pretty much on fire. It's hard to get money, it's hard to get food, it's hard to get medicine. But if you're working there, you're pretty much living in comfort up until the point that society breaks down. Essentially, there's a social apocalypse, and the rich people who built Karloff Country flee to the park and reveal what it really is, which is a luxury doomsday bunker. And they expect Jay, his family, and friends to still provide five-star service even as the world burns.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for that, Lamar. Do you care to join me in a discussion of some tips of setting the reading mood?
Absolutely.
Well, okay, book lovers. I hope you have your writing utensils ready because class is in session.
Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it. Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it. Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it.
The Books and Vogue podcast.
So, Lamar, what's the vibe? How can we engage our spirit as we read this book?
Well, I guess the vibe of The Getaway is paranoia. You live in a world that often seems like it's on fire, particularly if you watch even 5 minutes of your preferred news network. So maybe by comparison to those stories, your life feels relatively safe. But what if it was to suddenly change and you never saw it coming? What if your neighborhood has some secret machinery clanking beneath it, but it's covered up by the smell of baking cookies and children's laughter?
Okay. So, what's the sound of the getaway? What key notes in music or nature could set the tone as we read this novel?
Animated movie soundtracks. Whatever your favorite protagonist ballad from your favorite kids movie, there you are. It doesn't matter what's actually happening. The animals are singing.
Okay. So, do share the aesthetics. This can be any visuals aside from the book, such as lighting.
Yeah, dim your lighting, sit with your favorite stuffed animal from childhood, and maybe put on a tiara if you're into princesses.
Okay. So, what's the flavor? Any food or drink companions for this title?
Smoked turkey legs and a bottle of water, total price $28. Put you right in that theme park mood.
Okay. So, what's the aroma? Are there any smells to transport us into the pages?
Imagine the chlorinated water from that enticing but very likely dangerous water ride.
Okay. So, how can we get more of the feels?
Well, it gets a little uncomfortable in The Getaway, so I want you to blast your heat, then stick your hand in a bucket of ice because the climate in the book is a whole mess.
Okay. Well, There you go, book lovers. These are your recommended supplies as you read this title. If you're able, pause and get some of these if available, or simply imagine, because it's time for my favorite scene. Disclaimer: please note that exact words, names, locations, indoor scenarios mentioned in this reimagined reenactment may differ from the actual book. Sharing my favorite scenes, I reenacted those, imagining the fiction world that I've been reading of. Going from all the things, I just gave you a list. Come experience all the senses as protagonists. And it don't get more real than this. Immersive read with books on both and live vicariously. A Welcome Like None Other, starring Lamar Giles as Jay and Dad, and Kat Trinidad as Mom and narrator. Welcome to Karloff Country. At the moment, everything changed.
Mom, what's going on?
The TV's not working right this morning.
No, I mean, why were you blowing up my phone?
What do you mean?
Your text.
I didn't send you any texts. I thought you were still asleep in your room until now. Where are you coming from anyway?
Tish, I was on hold with media services about the TV, but the line went dead. Weird. Hey, Jay, what's wrong? Where are you going? Sandrina, unlock door. Sandrina, unlock door right now. Dad, the knob won't turn. Sandrina, this is Philip Butler, pin number 9301. Unlock all doors in Butler home now.
I'll try the back door. Try as she might, the Butlers weren't going anywhere soon, because when Jake looked out the window to his friend Zeke's house across the street, he saw the boy slamming his fist on glass, mouth stretched to a silent scream. Then all the smart glass in the Butler home snapped from transparent to opaque, hurling the family into complete darkness. Book lovers, I hope you have enjoyed this sneak peek. You can get more by reading the whole book. The Getaway is available at your local library and everywhere books are sold. And if it's not, request it, because you deserve to read all the books that interest you. And if you have already read The Getaway or are in the middle of reading it, let me know in the comments what you like to do to set the reading mood, because I would love to hear from you. So please leave your feedback. Lamar, is there anything else you would like to share with the listeners?
I just want to say thank you for having me, Kat. And if anyone else is interested, I have 2 books that have come out this year. The Epic Ellison's Cosmos Camp, which is for middle grade readers, and Static Up All Night, which is a graphic novel I wrote for DC Comics. Feel free to check them out. You can get more information at lamargiles.com.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'm like on a graphic novel kick right now, so I would definitely check that out. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Lamar, for joining us today. And thank you, book lovers, for listening. With peace, love, and joy, happy reading.
The Books and Vogue podcast. Come get your favorite next book. The Books and Vogue podcast. With Captain Brad. Subscribe, listen, check out recommendations, and happy reading.